Hello, peoples. Happy 8 p.m. Thank you, people, for waiting. I appreciate it. I'm Game Master. Are you on? I see two people on who are waiting. So thank you for being on. John, good to see you on. Yay! Thanks for always being early. And EU Feeds, good to see you on. All right. I don't know if you caught the change in the title from topic to be determined. The new title for today is How to Balance Work and Fortnite, aka Hobbies. So yeah, no, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with that today. Let's see. Poor John. John has his setup that doesn't quite work for Fortnite, but that's okay. Um, Robert Quintana, yes, having a good day. Thank you so much. Good to see you on, Robert. And Jared, good to see you on as always. Thanks for hopping on. You guys are awesome. I love it. I love the energy. Love the engagement early on. We already got 10 people on, which is super awesome. So, do I game myself? So, that's an interesting question for me. More recently, I started picking gaming up again. And my goal, and this is exactly what I'm talking about in today's live stream, is how do you balance work and gaming in a way, or just hobbies in general. So I used to do a lot of gaming growing up, and honestly, I grew up from a background where my family always shamed me for playing games. So I was always really embarrassed, and I always felt really guilty whenever I played video games. I was always told that it was a waste of time and all of that. So that's the background that I grew up in. And today I did something a little bit different. And again, so just to give you a little bit of background, um, I actually stopped playing video games for like I've almost made it a intention in my life to stop playing video games just because it like whatever it wasn't serving me. I had other I should be focusing on my career, like those kind of things. And I always had a very hard time balancing like if I were to play video games, like how do I balance that with my work? Because what happens is when I start playing video games, at least for me, it turns into a little bit of an addiction in a way. Like my or I don't want to call it an addiction. It's more like a my focus, my intention goes to the video games. So what that means is like let's say I got important things coming up, and then I'll be like, oh my goodness, Fortnite, I'll be thinking, okay, how do I improve myself here and here and here, and then my attention will go away from important things in my life, such as like let's say my girlfriend or my job or work, or making a difference in people's lives. So that's why I have this conversation for today, which is how do you balance work and play at the same time. All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Yeah, Game Master's playing Fortnite right now. Awesome. Jared says, "Hey Richard, how have you been this fine day?" I've been awesome today. Jared, thank you for asking. Honestly, today I would say is one of the better days I've had this past month in a way. Hold on, let's say this past week. So, in general, life has been pretty good. Very, very grateful for everything that I have. Very, very thankful for it. Okay. And oh my goodness, sorry, I just saw YouTube added a new little icon. I wonder, create. Ooh, I want to see this. I'll check it out later. So there's this new video upload button that I see on YouTube. Anyway, so I was completely off track. So here's what I want to share with you is what made today amazing for me was literally it was just taking responsibility. So I'm gonna be completely honest. Some of you, if you're on the Discord channel, if you're following the Discord channel, you know that yesterday I decided not to live stream. And the honest truth is, number one, yesterday was a weekend, sure. Would I, if I was feeling good, I would have live streamed yesterday. Honestly, yesterday was a pretty awful day. Like it was, well, it was a good day because I learned, but emotionally, it was an awful day because I was struggling so much with my internal conversations. I kind of lost touch with my vision, and like everything was just a mess. Like I'm like kind of like one of those like what is the purpose of life kind of moments. So yesterday wasn't a great day, so I didn't want to live stream yesterday. Um, Let me see. But then I knew like I went to sleep kind of knowing I'm like I need to get my life together. I need to get everything together because whatever I'm doing, it's not working for me. I need to be making money. I gotta like there's a lot of things I get to do. So when I went to sleep last night, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and I'm gonna have a plan. I got a speech presentation today. So I got that. I'm gonna make some phone calls. I'm gonna do some work, and make sure like hit goals. Like make sure I do all of these things. And I'll be honest, like this is going to go straight into the topic of today, which is how do you balance work and play or Fortnite? So I only recently got into Fortnite, like literally just like very very recently, as in like a couple days ago. Like literally, actually, this weekend was the first time I officially played, and part of me is like, part of the reason why I play is because I want to, in a way, relate with a lot of you more because I know a lot of students, middle school, high school students, play Fortnite. And honestly, it's a fun game. I've been playing quite a bit. I leveled up to level 21 for my Fortnite people. 20 level 21 in a couple days. So yeah, like Saturday, Sunday. That's all. So yeah, anyone who plays, I have like a currently have like a 70% top 25 rate. So um, it's interesting. Yeah, low kills, but survival rate is high. All right. So Game Master says, okay, playing with Clorox. Remember him? Yeah, that's awesome. Um, let's see. Yaya Allen, good to see you on. Hello to you. All right. So I want to talk about balancing work and play. Like, let's just get straight to it. So how do we balance work and play? I mean, I think some of you already have this answer, but I'm just gonna say it out. So, what I realized today, like, how do you feel? Jer, going back to Jer's question, like, how are you doing this fine day? And honestly, like, for me, I think how we be happy, at least in my opinion, is by doing what we know we should be doing. So, for example, I know I should have been doing a lot of work today, like a lot of important work, making phone calls, etc., etc. And I kind of made a rule for myself, which was, um, if I finish a certain amount of work, I'm going to allow myself to play Fortnite tonight, and then if I don't finish, then no Fortnite tonight. So, it's really, I mean, you get this, if you got parents who always nag you, hey, finish your homework first, then you can play. I'm sure some of you hear that a lot, but in a way, it's like it's really about taking responsibility. It's like at the end of the day, we get to do all the work. We get to do our homework and we get to enjoy ourselves too. But like for me, like it feels so good to finish my work and know that it's everything that I said I would get done today. It's 100% done, so I could relax and play Fortnite and also spend time with my girlfriend too. So it feels good. Like let's say I started off today with just playing games first. Buying into the what is it? The immediate what is it? Gratification. Immediate gratification of playing Fortnite. Um, I would feel really bad. I would feel like, oh man, I still have to do my work, and I'd feel guilty. And I think for all of us, like none of us want to feel guilty for doing something that's enjoyable. So for me, yeah, for me, I like again, this is day one, and I want to keep pushing. Like I know it's gonna be challenging, so I want to find a balance. Like I want to create a life where I'm getting everything I need to get done, and then enjoying my free time. I think that's the most beautiful, responsible way to enjoy our life is to, say what we're going to do, be responsible, get it done, and then play afterwards. So that's really the main message of today. Get your work done and then play after. So that's something that I want to start encouraging. So we play Fortnite. By the way, any of my Fortnite friends on right now on PC or mobile, I'll be playing right after this live stream. So if you want to play, connect with me on Discord and we'll play some Fortnite. Okay. So yeah, my main point is like I just want to encourage people to like if whenever we play Fortnite, I want to encourage people, hey, get whatever work you've done, you got to do first, get that done, and then we play. Okay, that's kind of like the rule of playing. That's what I got. Okay, Jer. Jer says Richard is okay. If you don't live stream, everybody has problems. We can all understand what you're going through. We all have to balance what we do. We have to multitask our life, and that way progress. Thank you, Jer. I appreciate the acceptance and openness. Yeah. Noble Strength says physical hoarding is a lot like mental hoarding. You have to purge, organize, and clean to make progress and strides. Interesting. I almost want to say like noble strength. It's like I, I don't know if I'm getting this right, but I feel like what you mean is the other way. Yes, physical hoarding is a lot like mental hoarding, but I think it's the other way in this context, which is mental hoarding is a lot like physical hoarding. So when it comes to physical, we have to purge, organize, and clean to make progress and strides. But in this case, let's talk about mental hoarding. Mental hoarding, we have to purge, organize, and clean to make progress and strides. I think that's to me that's really what the message is that I want to hear. I think that's what you mean. Anyway, um, yeah, I think life is a lot of it is just organizing and putting things in order. Um, oh, perfect. Noble Strength says yes. All right. So yeah, that's all I have to say for tonight. Really, it's like I just had an awesome day today because I took responsibility, and that's plain and simple what it is. That's all I have to say. There's no other message. I just want to keep it really simple. Get your work done first, play afterwards. That's it, and that's the message I got to tell myself too. And I'm gonna work every single day to improve myself and do my best to push myself to stay disciplined, take responsibility for my life because really like that's all it's all about. Like that's all. Take responsibility, you know? GSD, get stuff done because we're in our PG crowd right now. All right? So, yeah, I that's going to be kind of my project for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Like my goal is to um, kind of create balance, not buy into you can say kind of like that temptation of like, hey, I want to just chill and hang out and not do work. Um, I think I want to set my mind to like enjoy doing work because like I think one thing another reason why work kind of sucks for us sometimes if you feel like work sucks sometimes I think part of it is because that's a story we tell ourselves. We make it suck. So instead of having so much resistance towards work, I think part of it is figuring out how do we enjoy studying work. How do we enjoy studying more? How do we enjoy doing homework more? I think whatever we like, the more we resist, the more undesirable it becomes. So I think instead of resisting, I think it's just about it's like surrendering to whatever task you have to do, usually homework or a chore. Just do it. Take responsibility, get it done, and I think that's when we will start to feel a lot better. Anyway, the words coming out of my mouth is just a lot of theory because I've only done this for one day. One day it feels good. Of course, in my total of my 28 years I've been alive, of course I've done it more often. Um, but I'm self-reflecting off a feeling, which is not always the best. So anyway, food for thought. I just want to throw it out there. All right. Oh my goodness, look who's on. Ventroid, how's it going, brother? Long time no see. The OG Ventroid is on. Thank you. Yay. It's always cool to see, people. It's like blast from the past. Henry Nielsen, hey, good to see you on too. Another oldie and a goodie. Henry Nielsen, hey, still never played Fortnite. Am I missing out? Honestly, like, if you're not playing Fortnite, like, you'll survive. It's like, it's a fun game. But if you don't want to get if you don't want to get into it, don't get into it. That's my suggestion. Like keep enjoying your life. That's what I have to say. Again, my reason for playing Fortnite is I want to connect with a lot of you middle schoolers and high schoolers more, and yeah, like it's genuinely fun. Like I enjoy it. Prior to playing Fortnite, guess what? I didn't really need Fortnite. If Fortnite was not popular, I wouldn't really be playing it. Why? Because I already have my game of choice, which is League of Legends. Yeah, that's what I have. I think in a way, League of Legends, like at least for me, League of Legends and Fortnite kind of serve a similar purpose. It's skill development. I love the aspect of developing myself and making my mind think and process and yeah. So Fortnite is very strategic. I mean, it's like it depends how you want to play it. If you want to play it like a dummy, you don't have to be strategic at all. But if you want to be the last one standing, you got to be strategic. And yeah, I love it. Like there's so much. I haven't even watched that many videos on professional, gameplay and stuff like that, but like I could already tell like there is so much strategy that goes into it, and honestly, I'm figuring out ways how like utilizing real life strategies and applying it to the game and vice versa. It's like I'm learning, I'm I'm learning about the game. So um, let's see. All right, so here's a fun little fact. I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier. So for anyone who's hopping on right now, I don't care if you play Fortnite or you don't. It doesn't matter. So for those of you who don't play and have no idea how the game works, when you go into a game, there are 100 people. Okay, 100, and the goal is to be the last one standing. So you get what you find weapons, you kind of you kill each other, and you want to be the last one standing. Um, on my sixth game, by the way, first time ever playing Fortnite or any kind of battle royale type game. On my sixth game, I was the second to last person, so I almost got first place. Like I just had to kill one person, and I would have got first place. So for me, it's like keep in mind I have no idea how to play this game. I don't know if you guys kind of figure out the strategy with this one, but like for me, if the goal is to be the last one standing, it's like we got to think objectively. Like, what is the goal? The goal is to be the last one standing. Okay, so if you want to be the last one standing, what do you have to do? Not get killed. The goal is not to kill people, it's to not get killed. So what do? You get as far away from everyone as possible while getting the resources that you need and let everyone else, have fun killing themselves. And then you come at the end to one-on-one with someone. Like that's to me that's a basic strategy. That's like beginner gameplay, but yeah, that's all. That's strategy number one, and honestly, it works. It works wonders. That's kind of how I get like top 25 all the time. It's super easy. It's really really easy. Now, like I'm working on the craft of how do I say it? I'm working on the craft of like one-on-one combat. So it's like you got to work on it piece by piece. So anyway, I love the skill development, and in general, I mean, any kind of hobby that we have, there's always skill development. Whether you're playing video games, whether you're playing sports, instruments, whatever it is, a certain craft, speaking, it doesn't matter. There's a skill development. So I enjoy that piece. All right. Let's see these comments here. Jared says, "Will you do voice chat today?" Yes, I will do voice chat today. All right. So for anyone who's playing Fortnite with us right after this, there will be voice chat on Discord. So that's what I'll be doing. Let's see here. Nelly Carlson, good to see you on, brother. Jared says, "I have a question about Fortnite. Are we playing Minecraft because we're building, or are we playing Call of Duty?" It's both. Minecraft plus Call of Duty. Nice. Yeah. Alrighty. Cool. So, I know this is a short stream. By the way, if you have questions, drop them in. Come on, bring them on. Right now, I guess in a way, part of me like I want to keep this stream short and efficient, so I don't want to keep dragging it on. I made my point with how to balance work and play, aka Fortnite. So how do you balance those things? And I'll repeat it one more time for people who just hopped on. But if you got questions, ask them right now because otherwise we're going to start wrapping up. All right. Again, Fortnite people will be on. Join our Discord channel under the gaming, I guess, channel in Discord, and I will copy and paste our Discord channel right here so you can join us if you want. I will be playing on PC, which is also compatible with mobile. All right. Cool. Isabel Martinez, good to see you on. How do you deal with rejection? So this is a great question, and I love this question a lot. So let's do this. How do you deal with rejection? Number one tip, and I think this is like I get feedback on this a lot. And by the way, I did not create this concept, but I talk about it all the time because I'm such a big believer of it. Number one tip: how do you deal with rejection? Don't take anything personally. That's it. That's the only tip you ever need in your whole entire life around rejection. Don't take anything personally. Oh, hold on. Let me clarify that. Nothing is ever personal. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. Nothing is ever personal. Anything anyone else does is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. You know, it's yeah, it's like if they don't like you, it's not because you're not a good person, it's because you don't align with their values. You know, that's all it is. Um let's talk about bullying. You know, I think a lot of times uh if someone gets bullied, they're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm a wimp." You know, they're bullying me because I'm weak. No, they're bullying you because sure, there's certain characteristics that you have that makes it easier for them, but they're bullying you because of their own personal baggage, challenges that they're going through. So, same thing with rejection. Nothing's ever personal. That's what I have to say. Um, yeah, that's what I want to say. All right, what we got here? Keely says not a gaming person. Hey Keely, good to see you on. It's long-ish time no see. Couple days, a little bit, couple streams. Keely says, but I'm trying to balance studying and enjoying a book. I'm doing a month-to-month reading challenge, trying to read more. Keely, good for you. Like that's super awesome, and keep at it. Seriously, and you know that's Keely. That's inspiring to me. I love the fact that you love to read. You know that's something that I would like to do more as well. And you know, for me, it's like it's finding that interest. And let's be real. I think reading a book is there's so much more knowledge and wisdom and power and you know all that goodness that could come from reading. Maybe over playing video games. Who knows? But I don't want to judge myself. I don't want to judge people. I think there's value in both. And I don't know. It depends how do people play it. You know how do you play video games? Are you learning from it, etc. Anyway, doesn't matter. Whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. There we go. All right. Sam Beth, good to see you on. You always help others with their emotional problems. Who helps with yours? Ooh, Sam Beth. Ooh, bravo. Nice one. Good. That's M. Night Shyamalan right there. That's like plot twist. I'm just like, okay. I don't know. That's such a curveball. I love it. All right. So who helps with mine? That's a great question. Who helps with mine? Honestly, if I'm going through a challenge, so I would say who supports me is my girl. So she supports me, but she's also um, she's she's someone who's very independent and teaches people to be independent. So if I'm struggling emotionally, like she'll be there to support me, but she also doesn't want to baby me. You know, she's like she knows that like if I have a problem, I get to handle it myself in a way. She's kind of there, but she's also being mindful. So, um, really, yes, if I need support from my friends or my girl or family, whatever, I will reach out to them for support. Honestly, a lot of times when I have emotional problems, it's kind of a lot of it is like I spend time by myself and I figure it out. You know, I go through the pains of the emotional challenges. It's like like you know I beat myself up. You know, there are times where I have negative thoughts. Like yesterday was a bad day for me. But you know, even if it's a bad day, I still translate it into, hey, it's still a good day. You know, I was alive. I got to experience a lot of great things. I got to learn from my bad day. So it was a good day. Anyway, so back to your question, who helps with my emotional problems? I think currently I tend to handle a lot of my emotional problems by myself in a way, but with the support of my girl. So that's what I'll have to say, and maybe some friends as well. Um, but yeah, most of my conversations are with my girl or myself. So that's what it is right now. Is that the best thing I should do? I think it could be a little bit better for sure, but I think I'm at a place where I'm not perfect, but at least I have some tools. Like, you know, I've gone through coaching, so I can coach myself. I could ask myself questions to get myself unstuck. However, I'm not perfect at it, and I still can get really stuck emotionally, if I allow myself to get stuck. You know, like it's comfortable getting stuck, and it's uncomfortable to shift our way and take responsibility. A lot of times, my emotions are negative because I'm not taking responsibility for my life or my emotions, either or. So, Sam, thanks for that question. All right. Jared says I'm weird because I play Fortnite for like 3 days straight and then I lose my streak and play until like 2 weeks. Eh? You mean you stop playing and then play until 2 weeks? Up, missed that a little bit. All right. John says, if you're going to play Fortnite after, are you going to live? Good question. So I'm not going to stream on YouTube. Um, I don't, for tonight, I don't think I'll go live on Fortnite. I think we'll just hang out and chill. I'll try Twitch. Um, yeah, I might try going live on Twitch in the future, but I don't have that set up yet. So I'm not going to, not tonight. All right. Oh, Jared says 2 weeks later. Got it. Um, let's see. Jay Snyder, good to see you on. What should I do if I have school, but I let Fortnite and other video games take over my homework and grades are dropping? Jay Snyder, great question. I'm gonna go back to the same answer that we had on earlier the stream, and really the conclusion is, if you're letting Fortnite and other video games take over your life, pretty much you're asking me like, um, think about it this way. It's like you're almost. I'm gonna be a little bit blunt here, but like, by the way, I see myself in you, so I'm not like trying to be personal. Again, nothing's ever personal. So you're pretty much telling me like, hey, I'm letting things get in the way. What should I do? What you should do is you should take responsibility for your life. If you're letting your Fortnite slash other video games get in the way of your homework, guess what you get? You already know what you need to do. It's take responsibility, do your homework first, Fortnite after you take care of all the business that you need to do. Like, I think you get it. We get it. You know, I do the same thing as you. We just don't feel like doing it. So that's all it is. It's not that you're lazy. It's not, you could say maybe you could be possibly slightly unmotivated or, you know, something like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, this goes back to the question of the topic of today, which is how do you balance work and whatever, video games, hobbies, anything. The short answer or the conclusion of today is you balance it by taking responsibility, handle whatever work you have to do today, you get to do today, and then you can play afterwards. You know, it's, I guess in a way you want to structure your work in a way where you're motivated. You're like, okay, let's get this done. Let's hammer this. Let's finish my work so I could allow myself to have free time. So that's what I have to say. And I get it as a student, especially as a student. Sometimes it feels like we don't have a lot of free time. Sometimes it feels like we don't have enough time for, you know, Fortnite or whatever it is. And really, it's like, I think, because I'm thinking about myself too. Look, I've been there. You know, I've been in a situation where I let video games kind of take over my life. It's ruined my life in many different ways. I don't blame video games. I blame myself and my choices in my past. So anyway, point is like, if we have work to do, guess what? We get to do the work. That's what I have to say. I know like it's uncomfortable. I know we want to play more Fortnite. We prefer, you know, 90% Fortnite, 10% homework, not the other way around or whatever it is. Or actually 100% Fortnite, 0% homework, right? So anyway, let's handle our work. And guess what? When we finish our work, when we finish our homework, guess how you're going to feel? If the first thing you do is finish your homework, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel happy. Alrighty, let's see here. Jay Snyder, thanks for the question again. Jay Snyder says, I try sometimes, but it's just so tempting to put the book down and pick up the controllers. So like a self-reward system. Yeah, like a self-reward system. Honestly, it also goes down to self-discipline. And Jay Snyder, I'm sure you get this as well. But even like for me, I don't know, I guess in a way, I don't know about you, but for me, if I try to play video games or, you know, I'll just play video games, watch YouTube videos, before I finish my work, I feel kind of guilty. Do you feel guilty? I'm curious about that. Like I know I feel guilty. Like sometimes I'll like pretend I don't feel guilty, but like deeper down inside, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know I shouldn't be doing this. And I'm sure you feel that way too. Otherwise you wouldn't ask that question, which is a great question, by the way. So there we go. Yeah. I guess one thing I want to try doing more, again, this month, we'll call it the month of the end of March plus April, kind of my goal is to push myself to take responsibility of my life. And what that looks like to me is GSD, get stuff done. I'm using the censored version of GSD. So get stuff done first, get your work done and then play afterwards if you choose to play. Or you can choose to just do work and crush your work, get ahead of it, all that stuff. So it's your life, take responsibility, own it, enjoy it. Um, that's what I gotta say. All right. Yeah. And I know this sounds a little bit counterintuitive because it sounded like I knew what I was talking about, but I also want to say take what I say with a grain of salt. Meaning, sure, I said something that might have sounded convincing, and I think there's a lot of truth to it, but also don't just accept what I say as a truth. Like, do your own soul searching to find your balance, to find what works for you. That's all. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not trying to disprove it. It's just like, I think it's important to only accept what you believe is true too. And yeah, this is like a side lesson. All right. Jay Steiner says, I will use video games as a coping method, so to say. I got an idea, print out a schedule and keep myself accountable. I like that. I like the idea. Like, self-accountability is so important. Schedules are great too. Schedules are great when you're actually using them. So, Jay Snyder, anyone else on? Jay Snyder, by the way, this is great. Great. This is a great conversation. So I love it. I'll say for me personally, and I'm not saying this is you, but for me, I've had times where I try to create systems, schedules. I try to keep myself accountable, and guess what? I end up like not taking responsibility, going into temptation and playing video games. So that's definitely happened, and honestly, I think it's a choice. It's a moment to moment choice. That discipline, the self discipline, is a moment to moment choice, and I've had plenty of times where I buy into the lack of self discipline and I do the easy thing, play video games. And my thing is just know it's a journey, and it's a choice. It's a choice and it's a journey. Okay, choice is, look, if you learn self discipline right now, like let's just say, Jay Snyder, like let's just say you decide one day or like today, you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go all out on discipline. I'm gonna just own discipline. I'm gonna understand it. I'm gonna learn how to control myself. The earlier you learn how to control yourself, like the the more amazing your life is going to be. The more like, I almost want to say, the more freedom, personal freedom you're going to have. The less you're going to feel guilty for the rest of your life. Why? Because you have that discipline to keep yourself in check. I'll be honest. I'm 28-year-old Richard. And is my self-discipline, level 10 out of 10? No, it's not. That would be a complete lie. I'm still working on building on my self-discipline. Is it better than before? Absolutely. But it's still not, 10 out of 10. And we fluctuate. We go in phases. We go back and forth. Sometimes we feel like a 10 out of 10. Sometimes we feel like a 2 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10. So it fluctuates. But yeah. So Jay Snyder, I don't know how old you are. If you are younger, like if you are in middle school or high school, guess what? Like, if you learn self-discipline at if you're, for anyone, Tyrone Jones, hey, good to see you on. For anyone, especially when you're younger, middle schoolers, high schoolers, especially talking to all of you. If you learn self-discipline at a young age, guess what? You're going to be so far ahead of so many people. Like, there are adults today that don't know what self-discipline is. And yeah, that's what I gotta say. Like, do yourself a favor. Like, you're gonna love your life so much more if you build up self-discipline now. And if you're older, it's never too late to learn self-discipline. And I'm talking to myself too. I gotta practice what I preach. That's what I gotta say. I gotta bite the bullet. I gotta practice what I preach, because that's all. All right. Jason says, like, now it's 11 p.m. and my phone is taking over my sleep, and now I'm here when I should be sleeping at 9. 8th grade. Got it. Okay. Well, got it. So it's 11. Your phone is taking over your sleep. Again, Jay Snyder, I think you get this already, but let me just put it out there. Look, it's your choice. If you know you should be doing something, aka sleeping at 9 o'clock, but you're letting your phone and being on this, distract you from the main goal, what's going to happen is, you're going to allow yourself to keep slipping, and you're not going to feel good, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, is you're not going to feel good about it. You're going to start kind of feeling like, oh man, I shouldn't have stayed up so late, or you'll make excuses about it, like, that's okay. I was up 2 hours later. That's okay, But I think deeper down inside, you're not going to trust yourself as much. So anyway, I think self accountability, self discipline is gold right now. Okay, all right, Jay Snyder, thanks for the engagement and questions. Same thing goes for everyone on. I see eight little faces on right now. So thanks for hopping on. All right. At this time, if you want to join me for Fortnite, I'll be on Fortnite. I'll be hanging out, chilling. Feel free to join me. All right. Sending lots of love to all of you. And if any of my friends are on from Slauson Middle School that I spoke at today, welcome to the channel. Yeah. And yeah, guys, look forward to more new faces on the stream this upcoming week. I got speaking gigs every single day this week. So yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yep. Come hang out with me. I'll be on Fortnite right now. All right. And Discord. So let's do this. Oh, look. Hey is from Slauson. Let's see. Jay Snyder says, what's your Twitch? Right now my Twitch isn't quite set up, so there's no point in sharing it yet. I'll once I set up my Twitch, I'll announce it and stuff. So don't worry about it. All right. Jared says, balancing two things at a time is hard, but we have to take charge of everything we do. We are not 8 or lower. Wait, we are not 8 or lower. We have to learn from our mistakes. We have to figure out everything ourselves. Nice. I like that. Yeah, dude, Jerry, you're awesome. Like I love your mindset. That's so great. I agree. And I just want to throw this out there. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest here, very transparent here. Again, I like saying my age. I'm 28. I'm not bragging about my age. It's a fact. I'm 28. The reason why I like stating my age, because there's so much truth to be said and in the imperfections of myself. Like, I'm 28, and guess what? I am not proud of the level, the lack, I personally want to say the lack of self-discipline that I have. Sure, I have some discipline, but guess what? I know I could be so much better than I am today. So I got to keep pushing. Jer, I want to go back to your comments about we're not 8 years old anymore. We get to take charge of everything that we do. Like, I like that. Like, I feel like, honestly, I feel a little bit behind, Again, I'm 28, and I wish I learned more of this responsibility, all this stuff when I was younger. And I feel like, honestly, a lot of middle school / high school students are beginning to learn what responsibility is, just like me. So I'm a little bit behind in some ways, but that's okay. We all got to start somewhere. We got to forgive ourselves and just keep moving forward, to just improve wherever we are. Okay, cool. Ventroid, good to see you on. Thanks so much for hopping on, dude. So good to see you. Thanks for taking time to hop on. Jay Snyder, you streaming on YouTube. Fortnite, I streamed it once on YouTube. I'm not going to do it right now for two reasons. Number one, I don't want to make this a gaming channel because it gets kind of too many different topics going on. So I decided, I'm just going to do it on Twitch if I choose to. And problem number two right now is my internet is like, my Wi-Fi is a little bit spotty, so it lags a lot and weird stuff happens. But I can still play it perfectly fine, which is weird. Anyway, that's what I have to say for now. Alrighty, we're gonna hop off right now. Last comment, which is, sorry, I gotta make one more announcement. So 3 things. Number 1, let's wrap up the topic of today, which is how do you balance work and play? Get your work done first. Like, be proud of getting your work done. Get it all done. If you got more work to do, keep doing it, and be okay if you have so much work to do that you can't play or whatever. Be okay with it. Eventually you'll have time to play. Anyway, focus, get it done, then play. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is I want to talk about the next time I'm streaming. I cannot stream tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow or Wednesday because I have 2 events going on. But I'll be back for Thursday. Let's see. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I already sent the stream schedule on on Discord. So there we go. And the last thing, which I'm going to just repeat, is we're going to hop off right now, and I'll be playing some Fortnite. I know I've said Fortnite so many times this stream. Okay, sending off love. Take care, everyone. See you on Discord if you're going to be on. Otherwise, I'll catch you on Thursday, or you can message me. We'll talk. Okay, bye bye. Have a good night.